Hello everyone, it's your girl Lucina. Today is July 9th. If I'm uploading this video correctly, today is the release day of new Panty Stocking with Garterbelt. Oh boy! And as you may have noticed, or may have not, I don't know, I have been doing this little countdown a new Panty Stocking with Garterbelt thing in the community tab, asking you all questions about the show. What's your favorite episode? What's your least favorite episode? What's your favorite character? Who's your least favorite character? Favorite music? Least favorite music? Favorite merch? Least favorite merch? And I believe what you want to see from new Panty Stocking now that it's here. It's crazy. But overall, I really, and I mean I really am so happy I get to do this, because this is all possible through you guys. I would not be here if it was not without any of you. In fact, it's kind of shocking to say that 5 years ago I was not thinking about doing this. But I just wanted to do this as a little thank you of sorts. What you guys think, and yeah, so let's get into it. Here we are, starting with day 9. What is your favorite episode of the original Panty Stocking with Garterbelt? And here are all the comments I got. Thank you all for everyone that participated. The first comment I got is from Fungi the Clown, saying, Les Diabolese, the animation really shines for me. I also adored the finale. I love Panty's determination so much, it really shows her character. Yeah, you're gonna see Les Diabolese pop up in this a lot, at least in day 9. And I agree, I think Les Diabolese is, in my opinion, the second best episode of the show. It just kind of features almost everything you'd want from Panty Stocking. Decent humor, in-character interactions. I mean, come on. At the end, I love how Panty just doesn't give a shit. She just wants to go home. And a gorgeous animation. This is arguably, I wouldn't even say arguably, this is the best animated episode in the entire show. Maybe Bitch Girls 2 Bitch is closest, but this is a great looking episode. That guy M_@ Nothing to Room. Nothing to Room is actually my favorite episode of Panty Stocking with Garterbelt. I know that may sound wild, but it's just so perfect. Like, it's just Panty and Stocking, you know, Brief and Garter and Chuck, they all there occasionally, but literally it's just the two sisters talking and goofing around, and that is literally everything I love about the show. I could give less of a fuck about the action, the animation. They can literally just sit there and talk to each other, and it's just so much fun. I love Nothing to Room. It's a great episode in my opinion. And before I kind of say what the next comment is, I just want to give a huge shout out to Dead Meme Resurrector 2828. They left an amazingly long reason on why their episode is their episode, and that's awesome. I genuinely do really love that. I appreciate you putting your time, your effort, your thought into this. I really do. So my favorite is the most obvious answer, Les Diabolese, but I'm not gonna gas it up because we all know it's great, and I feel like people are gonna comment it, which they did. Les Diabolese was very popular. So I'm gonna leave my guilty pleasure episode. I know this one is underrated, but one of my favorite episodes is Vomiting Point. I don't know, it's just refreshing to see how people outside of our main cast are affected by our main cast, how easily ghosts can take form in this universe. The ending with Panty Stocking stopping to give Taro an autograph for his daughter is really sweet. Let's be honest here, they didn't have to. The change in art style is nice too. As someone who studies animation, I will say that the backgrounds and drab colors are made to add to the overall theme and meaning. It's made to look gross. I can see why some people don't like it, but it's really smart how they use greens, browns, and off-white, really making Little Tokyo feel boring and gross, especially when they add more reds and blues at night and any time they want you to look at something. The uncanny character designs and the boringness of the city makes it feel like a fever dream. Also, near the end, everything looks more comforting, less dark edges and saturation with clear-cut tones and hints of warm lighting instead of the drab lighting we see throughout the episode. It's most obvious in The Office. Notice how the windows in the first scene look fake because the lighting is flat and it looks like an off-white void. In the final scene, we get the same shot, but with more natural lighting, with small yet visible bits of what's outside. Best example I can compare to animation like this is Paprika or Paranoia Angel, so it gives off Satoshi Kon vibe. Now, the actual story drags on, however it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's a nice balance of slow yet easy to understand and relate to. Sure, I've never worked an office job, but the jobs I've had did drag on at times, and I felt constantly out of place with my peers, despite them doing nothing wrong directly. Balancing a job you hate to the point it interferes with spending time with your friends and family is something I'm sure a ton of us have faced at a point in time, and this episode is really good at hitting close to home in that regard. I know it's a technical thing, but I still love the episode for all of its little details and animation tricks used in its relatability. That was a really good comment. Like, I really do appreciate that. And I see what they mean. I actually really do like Vomiting Point. The older I've gotten, the more I've been able to appreciate it. I really do feel bad for Taro. He just wants to get, like, a signature for his daughter for her birthday. And it's just, like, damn. I really, really like Vomiting Point. I think it's a good episode. It really is. And again, this person should have my job because holy shit, that was a great description. Like, damn, I could never ever write an episode review or episode rundown that good. Holy shit, that was impressive. Thank you so much for your comment. And I do agree, Vomiting Point is like a really underrated episode. We have Blunder Candle, who says Catfight Club and Turmoil of the Beehive, and Les Diabolese. These are all, I think, pretty good episodes. Catfight Club shows a pretty good view of the relationship between Panty and Stocking. I think it's like the first episode that really shows how they argue, but they also love and care about each other and work together. Turmoil of the Bees, also a really good episode. I think Barbie is arguably my favorite ghost. Out of all of them, I like a lot of the ghosts, especially the Ren and Stimpy one. I appreciate that parody, but I really, really like Barbie. Barbie is a really good ghost. She's like Panty's auntie. Oh my god, that rhymed. She's like Panty's auntie before Scanty. But I really like Barbie. She's a really good ghost. Like, just as a character, I feel like we spend the most time with her. It's just like a normal character before she turns into, I believe, Bridget Barbie is the name of the ghost. So that's pretty cool. And of course, this episode is the introduction of like the school dynamic, something we see a lot throughout the show, and also the first episode we see Brief in. So like, come on, good episode, great episode. Yakazi7500 said episode 8 with the zombie apocalypse and when they're on trial. I swear that monkey gets me every time. Yeah, I think Of the Dead is honestly one of the most creative episodes. Like, really, ghost zombies, that's a cool concept. That really is. I just feel that it maybe could have went on a little longer. I don't know. I think by the end that some of the episodes have too many big ideas but are too short, so they kind of just end abruptly. And Of the Dead is unfortunately one of those episodes in my opinion. One Angry Ghost is also like a really good episode. It's just them on trial, like parodying a lot of courtroom shows and courtroom game as shows. I really like it. And again, the Ace Attorney reference is also very welcome. Marilo Ficini commented Ghost, the Phantom of Downton City. It's weirdly emotional for a show like Panty and Stocking, but I'm all here for it. Me too. I actually really like Ghost, Phantom of Downton City. I think they could have benefited from a longer runtime, maybe try to show how Patrick isn't like a nasty, annoying, dick-like character. But other than that, I do enjoy seeing Stocking actually be nice. I feel like it's one of the more controversial episodes, at least from what I've heard. People don't like it to an extent, but I've never thought it was bad. I genuinely think Ghost of Phantom of Downton City is a great episode. Gray Lino says Les Diabolese. Again, very common answer. He's a Scanty and knee socks fiend, apparently. I love Scanty and knee socks too. Who don't like Scanty and knee socks? Mile Insomniac S8S said High School Nudicle. I don't know why. I just always liked that one for some reason. I think the High School Nudicle is a pretty decent episode. It's very standard Panty and Stocking. Panty and Stocking go out, do a thing. They fuck up because they did that thing. And now they gotta take on a ghost, somehow figuring out how to deal with said thing. You know, they go to a party instead of fixing their gear, so they get fucked and lose their gear. It's a very simple Panty and Stocking episode, but I really like it. Bombero612 said episode 6 Les Diabolese. I don't gotta explain. Understandable. Les Diabolese again. Very, very commonly liked episode. You guys are gonna hear that a lot. Japanese Kanji, because I'm not gonna try to translate that, said, I love episode 12, one of my favorite endings from an anime ever. I don't really think they mean episode 12. I think they mean episode 13, because episode 12 is DC Confidential and Panty in Brief. but I'm pretty sure they mean episode 13. Bitch Girls and Bitch Girls 2 Bitch are both very good episodes. They're action-packed. They're also, I think they're one of the funniest episodes in the show. Like, for a show that I don't think is that funny, okay, we'll get to that in another day. For a show I don't think is that funny, it's pretty good. I don't think it's like as lewd or as nasty or as gross. It's just a good finale until you get to the post-credits scene. Daw Lottie said, my favorites are definitely Catfight Club, The Diet Syndrome, Les Diabolese, and Once Upon a Time in Garterbelt. If I had to choose one probably though, it'd probably be Les Diabolese. Yeah, all good picks. Love Catfight Club, Diet Syndrome, Les Diabolese, and Once Upon a Time in Garterbelt. All good picks. Once Upon a Time in Garterbelt is a really underrated episode in my opinion. I really like seeing Gar's backstory. Like, I think I know it's kind of like a Scarface parody, if I remember correctly, more or less a Scarface parody. But I like it. It's a very, very good episode. It just makes Garter like fucking badass outside of the rest of his character. But of course, if you had to pick a favorite, the fan favorite, Les Diabolese. Again, very, very good episode. I'm not gonna go into detail. Nashe Manyika 7277 said Les Diabolese and the Ghost of Phantom of Dun City. Yeah, again, both great episodes. Les Diabolese, again, you know why it's good. And the Phantom of Dun City, again, I think it was an underrated episode. I really like seeing how nice stocking can be. It's adorable. Alright, here is day 8. This is who's your favorite panty and stocking character? So yeah, let's read off the results. Stocking. I love her design as well as her personality. Her stockings being used as katanas is a really good detail. Yeah, stocking is going to be a very big fan favorite, so if you hear her a lot, I don't have to go into detail on why stocking is very popular. We love goth girls, we love katana slicing, we love sweets, we love stocking. Japanese Kanji said, I literally love everyone, even the new Twinkie Angels. I love them too. For maybe different reasons, but I love polyurethane and polyester. I think they're cool characters. Even from like a concept standpoint, we finally get more rivals for panty and stocking, and rivals that are angels is even cooler. Like, I think that's really cool. Like, maybe panty and stocking have to deal with a corrupt heaven system or corrupt angels. I don't know. I think it's a really cool concept though. I'm looking forward to seeing polyurethane and polyester. Murillo Facchini said that Chuck is amazing, both in design and in jokes. Yeah, who doesn't love Chuck? I love Chuck. Him just being constantly abused and the lengths they go through to make it seem so either absurd or funny is sometimes really good. And again, his design being a parody of Gur from Invader Zim, it's pretty cute detail. I really like that. Dabi that Todoroki is said that Panty, she's my gay awakening for real, for real. Of course, she looks so pretty in my opinion though. That's awesome. You know, we love lesbians. I know Pride Month is over, but happy Pride Month, everybody. Panty is awesome. Who doesn't like Panty? She's cool, confident, badass, and sexy. Who don't like Panty? Doodles in Sketch-R7V said that Stocking had my heart for her love of sweets. Again, that's very relatable. I love like pastries and tiramisu. I fucking love tiramisu. I love candies and sweets and all that kind of shit. So I can relate. Daw Lottie said, I love Panty, but Chuck, he deserves more love. That poor dog doesn't get any love. He gets stomped on, ran over, body busted, broken, completely shattered. It's terrible what they do to Chuck. God Sib said Scanty. Like, I feel like everybody talks about Knee Socks and how cute Knee Socks is, but Scanty deserves love too. I love Scanty. She's so cool. Yakazi7500 said that Panty taught them confidence. She's their queen. That's awesome. That's great that a cartoon can teach you that. That's amazing. Panty is a very confident and headstrong character, and we all love her for that. Benjamin Adaro 4034 said that I don't know if I'm the only one who likes her, but I love Panty because of her. I'll just be doing shit / no clue of certain situations personality, making me love her. Yeah, Panty can be a little stupid, but we do love her for it. She does what she wants, and that's what makes her such like a compelling character. She's just the wild, crazy, fun character we all love. Laserface111 said definitely Stocking. She got me into Lolita fashion. Girl, me too. I love me some Lolita fashion. It is so perfect. It's beautiful. If you don't know what Lolita fashion is, just look it up. It's gorgeous. It's actually just amazing. At Kosamu said mine is either Stocking or Scanty and Knee Socks. Again, very common picks. Scanty love is very short. I love to see it though. I love to see love for Scanty. Sword Brush Stowaway said Panty because she's pretty and hilarious. Panty do be pretty and she do be hilarious. Again, we love her comedy and we love her face. Also, I love your profile picture. Who don't like Ramona Flowers? Violet Graves 17 said Nisox. Do you even have a Nisox profile picture? Yeah, Nisox is a very common pick. She's very cute, very pretty, and she is the more eccentric one out of the two. Sophie Ricks R1J said Brief and Nisox. Yeah, Brief doesn't get a lot of love here. We love Brief though. Brief is like the ground of the show. You know, you relate to Brief. You are Brief. You will never have any of that, little bro. Bright the Wolf said Brief. He's one of my first cosplays. That's awesome. I really like that. That's awesome. Good job to you for doing a cosplay. I hope it came out very well, and I'm sure it came out well. Gray Leno said Nisox. Again, a very popular pick. We love Nisox. Tavi Prods 1275 said Brief for being the heart of the team that Panty and Stocking don't want. I know, he's so underappreciated. Again, give more Brief love. I love to see more Brief love because he needs it from someone other than that bitch. That guy M_AT said Chuckles. Oh shit, I didn't catch that for a second. I'm so dumb. When they said Chuckles, they meant Chuck. Whoops, I'm like, who the fuck is Chuckles? Chuck. Yeah, we like Chuck. Kitty the Worm. Brief. I just like nerds. After him, I'd say I'm stuck between Garterbelt and Panty. Of course, again, Brief love, we love to see it. And of course, Panty, she's the main titular character. We all love Panty. Garterbelt is a rare pick, arguably for good reasons, but I do like Garterbelt's character sometimes. I wish they leaned more into him being a father-like figure for the sisters. Something to ground them and get them to work together occasionally. It's very adorable when that's the case. Nothing to Room. I love the way they act to each other. It's beautiful in my opinion. I love when they act like a family opposed to just three people that live together. And Zero Zombie 00 said, I know it's a bit basic, but I gotta say Panty. Her English voice really sells the whole trashy 2000s horror to me, and I'm so here for it. Plus, I like the headcanon that the sisters are trailer park trash only because their city reminds me of Detroit, Michigan. That is a crazy ass connection. I mean, you're right with the trashy whore thing. You're right. She's like a Paris Hilton type. Also, cool profile picture. We don't like Shadow the Hedgehog. And starting with episode 7, we have what's your least favorite episode of Panty and Stocking. It doesn't have to be the episode you hate or the episode you think is bad or is garbage, especially if you don't have one like that, like me. No, I'm kidding. There's some episodes I don't like in the show. But what's your least favorite? The one you like lesser than the rest? Dead Meme Resurrectors 2828 said Raiders of the Nasal Dark, Inner Brief, and Chuck to the Future episodes. I have no words other than agonizing to watch. That is harsh. Sheesh. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Inner Brief is just like a nothing ass episode with stuff happening in it. I'm just gonna say stuff. I don't really want to describe it. Raiders of the Nasal Dark just feels like a nothing episode. You could remove Raiders of the Nasal Dark from the entire show and nothing will change. And as for Chuck to the Future, it's just abuse. Like, I mean, it's funny in spurts, but you can't revolve a whole episode around that. Come on, man. The Cool Person said this episode and the booger one. They said this episode because I put the picture was Inner Brief. So, yeah. Inner Brief, again, is going to be a probably common pick. Again, it's just like a nothing episode, and then we have to deal with what happens outside Inner Brief. Outside of what happens inside Brief, and it's just not wanted. And again, Raiders of the Nasal Dark is not needed. It's just kind of Mild Insomniac SAS said either Vomiting Point or Chuck to the Future. Vomiting Point is a really divisive one, I'd say. I like Vomiting Point, but I get it because it's such like a distraction from the main show. It's like completely different. And I think I've already said my piece on Chuck to the Future. It just doesn't need to be an episode. Chuck didn't need a whole episode. Japanese Kanji said the booger episode, like it was not my cup of tea. Mine either. Again, Raiders of the Nasal Dark. Just a nothing episode. Didn't need it. At Crispy1470 said, yep, absolutely that one. I just skip whenever I watch and tell people to skip it when I recommend the show. The music video ain't the end and awful though. Again, they're talking about Inner Brief. It's definitely a skip episode for me. Unless I'm doing like a complete rewatch, I don't watch it. John Dark 3 said Vor and the Sperm episodes are hard to watch. I understand why people don't like Pulp Addiction. I think it's a fine episode. I think maybe the literal visual of men running into a mountain that resembles a literal clit, but it's not that bad for the most part. I think it's like okay. It's fine. Marilo Ficini says, Raiders of the Nasal Dark, that's all. Again, pretty self-explanatory. It's a nothing episode, and again, a lot of people find it gross. Maybe I have high tolerance to this shit, but I don't think Raiders of the Nasal Dark is that gross. But it is just a boring episode. It doesn't need to exist. That guy M_at said, that one episode with the common side effect as character designs. I don't know what that means. I need to Google now. After Googling, I found out they're talking about Vomiting Point, which is actually kind of crazy that I as soon as I saw like a poster for this common side effect show, I was like, oh, they're talking about Vomiting Point. Again, a very divisive episode. I appreciate it on plot more than like visual style. Like, yeah, it's ugly, but it's supposed to be. It's supposed to look drab and bland compared to the stylistic epic world of Panty and Stocking. I can deal with it. It's not even that gross, in my opinion, but I get it. It's hard for everybody. Again, it's definitely a departure from the rest of the show too. Bad Poi M3VG said episode 10 easy. Yeah, I think all episode 10 is pretty bad per se. Help We Are Angels is pretty good, but it's also just a music video. So I'm not gonna like say it's like great. It's literally just a music video. Like, it's not bad. It's cute, and I like the references to like American music, but like Inner Brief and the Chuck to the Future episodes, no bueno. Walkless says, I don't know what it is. Trans Homers was never appealing to me. I forgot it existed more than once. Understandable. I feel like the designs alone are what keep them in my head, but it's a wasted potential episode in my opinion. I feel like they could have done more with the concept of being a Transformers parody. It could have been so much more, but it wasn't. Fungi the Clown, Vor and Booger are my least favorite. Understandable. Again, Inner Brief is Inner Brief, and Raiders of the Nasal Dark is Raiders of the Nasal Dark. Alright, here we are, 6 days left. This one was, what's your least favorite Panty and Stocking character? Which is, you know, he's pretty self-explanatory, least favorite character, and I had to specify, it could be anybody. It could be a ghost, a main character, or a one-off character. It could be completely anybody. But this one was short, so only 8 comments. This one will be quick. Sack Deck Bro 91 said the GOAT himself brief. Hopefully we get something for him. I don't know what they meant when they called him the GOAT. I guess that's their least favorite. I understand. Brief doesn't unfortunately get to do much in the show until like the last few episodes. Besides just be like a punk. It is sad, but like I would love to see more of him, and I think we are gonna see more of him with New Panty and Stocking. I think we've seen more of Brief in New Panty and Stocking than Stocking in New Panty and Stocking. DJBX50 said, I think Garterbelt's kinda uncomfortably the worst because of his weird thing with high school boys, especially around Brief. That's expected. Garterbelt has a lot of issues, like a lot of issues that just would not fly today. I understand where they were going with the pedophile thing. It's like a play on, oh, all priests are pedophiles trope, but still, you know, it's not great to have your main black or one of your main characters be a pedophile. Like Panty and Stocking both have issues. Panty's a whore, Stocking's just kind of an asshole, but pedophile is a little far. Japanese Kanji said the Booger Ghost guy. Oscar, again, dude from Raiders of the Nasal Dark, such a nothing ghost, and it's like, ugh, your fetish is boogers. Ugh. Lady Nuggets said the Bachelor Ghost. He really doesn't deserve talking. I don't care. Yeah, okay, all right. Patrick could use work. I definitely see where people are going with that. I wish they just did more with him to make him seem more likable and not like a complete asshole. To Stocking. And I understand it's supposed to show how nice Stocking is, but can we understand where she's coming from with this? The boss guy from the Vomiting Point episode. He was so verbally abusive to Taro. Yeah, the boss from Vomiting Point is such an asshole. I really, really hate him. I hate his whole condescending, passive aggressive ass nature too. Like, like, Taro, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. Like, oh my god, shut up. He's meant to be unlikable, so they did a good job, but damn, he's unlikable. Murilo Ficini says, Milkman, he does nothing, so I don't really have an impression on him. That's a very good pick. That's a very good pick to avoid any characters you may like. The Milkman is just there. He doesn't do anything. He busts his head open, and that's it. Crispy1470 says, Oscar the Snout, the episode is out of whack. Get out of the show, man. It is. Oh, the episode is whack. Whoops. Yeah, though, I don't like, nobody likes Raiders of the Nasal Dark, nobody likes Oscar. And here we are on day 5, when I asked you guys, what's your favorite piece of Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt merchandise? It could be anything from figures, plushies, to apparel, to miscellaneous items. I don't care, I just wanted to know, what's your favorite piece? Dabby Todoroki said plushies, especially the GE animation / Great Eastern ones. Panty Anarchy looks goofy because her eyes were randomly crossed, but I found it so cute in my opinion. So I cannot wait to get my hands on a plush of Panty. Yeah, the GE ones do need somebody to love them. Actually, GE's entire Panty and Stocking lineup isn't that bad. They're arguably the cheapest options, but like, Stocking looks fine, Chuck looks a little disturbing, but it's also Chuck, and Hano Kaneko looks pretty much the same, like the standard. I mean, you would like for him to be bigger for cosplays, but he looks okay. It's just Panty looks really bad. I don't know what happened. Her eyes are crossed, her dress is hanging on by literal threads, and her bracelets don't stay on like ever. But somebody needs to love her, so I'm happy you do. Fungi the Clown said those posable figures in the show style are to die for me. One of my dream items for Definite. Yeah, the Rio Bone figures, I believe this person is talking about. These are really good, highly articulated figures of both sisters in the style of the show, and they look really, really good. Highly posable, highly interchangeable. They're like the best figures of the characters, and I think the only posable figures. At Catnap said, the official plushies from Gynax. They are my holy grails, and I treasure them so much. Yeah, I believe they're talking about the Chungai mining plushies, these guys right here. They are pretty much perfect. I think these are the best Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt plushies. Like, in general, they're really good. Again, I think they probably should have switched the expressions on Panty and Stocking. Stocking just looks so joyful and Panty looks so angry. It's not very accurate to their characters, but other than that, I can agree. These are there's also like a holy grail for me. I love these things. Japanese Kanji said they love the Panty and Stocking figures that you can pose. I want them both so badly. Again, probably talking about the Rio Bone figures. They're really good. Again, I don't really have to go too in detail with that. They look really nice. At OG Joshi said, I've been using my Stocking messenger bag and I love it so much. Although barely anyone offline really recognizes who she is anymore, which is so bizarre to me. Yeah, I believe they're talking about the Stocking messenger bag by GE. This one actually features some art on it that I've never seen in full quality. I've seen it like on this and the Stocking, I believe, Band Presto towel. But other than that, I've never seen this art in high quality. But like, I like this bag. It's a cute bag. Honestly, it is really cool. And I understand how you feel. Nobody recognizes her in offline. But that's why we have our online community. You're welcome here. That guy M_@ said the Rio Bone figures. I'm absolutely dying for them to release new action figures that don't cost a mortgage. Yeah, again, everybody loves the Rio Bone figures. They're really good. I love them. You love them. We all love them. Gray Lino said Fat Company Scanty and knee socks plus fastener figure. Yeah, that's the twin pack. Has Scanty, knee socks, and of course fastener. These are really good. The twin packs in general were really nice. And I can see why they go for so much. But they're nice, high quality little figures. They're really good. I love how they mix the show's like stock art. They both look amazing. Bombero612 said the Stocking altar figure. These are the like high quality big figures of them in their angelic attire. And this one's nice. I'm not a big fan of these kind of figures, not because they're bad or like bad quality. I just don't care for the very stereotypical anime look. that Panty and Stocking get when they do the transformation scene, so it's just not for me. But they're good figures. I'm not gonna say like they're not. And here we are on day 4. I asked you guys, what's your favorite song from Panty and Stocking? It could be from any album, so the original soundtrack, the worst album, the bonus soundtrack. Heck, it can even be from like an event. I didn't mention that, but I mean they're all remixes when they're events. But you get my point. SMG8 Productions said Fallen Angel for sure. Yeah, Fallen Angel is a really good song. It's just chill, you know, you listen, heaven, please sing for me a song. I can't sing. Yeah, though, I love Fallen Angel. It's like a really good credits theme. It's very catchy, very emotional. I really like it. Da Latte said Fly Away, Chocolate, and Corset's theme are my top 3 songs for sure. I said pick one. No, though, kidding aside, Fly Away, of course, is the very important theme to the show. You know, you hear Fly Away, now you think Panty and Stocking. Chocolate, I actually really do like Chocolate. It's very sad and very 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 emotional, but I love it. It's a very good song. And Corset's theme is also really good. Very good to listen to. I'm not good at talking about music, so I don't know why I asked this. But it's catchy. All of the things in my opinion are catchy, but Corset's theme is good. Dead Meme Resurrector 2828 said, as a music fan, I can't pick just one, but I'm currently obsessed with Fallen Angel. Yeah, Fallen Angel again. I love that song. That guy M_AT said Fallen Angel El Poco Marco drum and bass remix. So peak, man. Yeah, the El Poco Marco remix is on the worst album. Very good. That's a good remix. Very good. Very catchy. Clown Z said Pantscotta. Yeah, fun fact, if you maybe already knew this, but Pantscotta is heavily based on, I believe, batucada music, which is like a Brazilian music type, I think. Editing Lucy is gonna have to do some crazy research. Also just a really good song. It's catchy, and I love the fact that, of course, in this regular song, there's just moans. At Marilo Facchini said EPTM is the best anime party song. Changed my mind. Yeah, EPTM is really good. It just gets you in a good mood. Crispy 1470 said, tough decision, but I gotta say the theme for Scanty and Knee Socks. There are loads of great tracks, but that one is just so good. Yeah, I love the theme of Scanty and Knee Socks. I love the guitar in it. It's just like really catchy, like like that's a really catchy guitar. I love that guitar. TV Prods 1275 said Fallen Angel, Champion, and Milky Way. Again, Fallen Angel is gonna be quite the common pick, you'll see. Champion is a good song though. I like Champion. It's very motivational. And Milky Way was made for, I believe, an episode. I believe they play Milky Way in Goes the Phantom of Down City. It's a very good song. Even gets me emotional. Very good love ballad. I think that's what you would call it. Maria Eyes, Stocking's voice actress, does a great job singing it too. So I love it. Bombero 612 said Corset theme, Scanty Knee Socks theme, and Milky Way and Chocolate. Of course, Corset theme and Scanty Knee Socks, both good songs in my opinion. And Milky Way and Chocolate are both like songs sung by Maria Eyes, Stocking's voice actress. Very emotional, very catchy. I haven't really listened to Milky Way. I'm actually kind of, I don't know if I'm not a fan. I just don't want to cry again. But like, it's a good song. I'm sure it's a good song. Silly_Elvix. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry. Said Chocolate and the Scanty and Knee Socks theme. Again, very good picks. I love Chocolate. I love the theme of Scanty and Knee Socks. Bab the Soul Eaters 2005 said Fallen Angel is one of the greatest songs of all time. That song means so much to me. But besides the obvious pick, I gotta go with Cherry Boy Riot Part 2. The instrumental goes insane. Yeah, of course we get Fallen Angel a lot. Very catchy, very good. We love Fallen Angel. But Cherry Boy Riot Part 2, it's very good. I've used it a lot in videos and I really like it. And on day 3, I asked you guys what's your least favorite Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt figures. So it can be figures, plushies, apparel, or miscellaneous, etc., etc. First comment we got is by at Blender_Candle. They said the one in front of me right now, which I posted a picture of the GE panty flush. Yeah, she's quite bad. Again, literally hanging on by a thread. Her eyes are cross-eyed. Her bracelets don't work. She is a very goofy looking girl. Dabby Todoroki said the GE Great Eastern version of Panty. Yeah, again, she looks very bad. But didn't you just say, I swear you're the person that said you liked her at the same time. Hold up now. You got to stick to a story. That guy under M underscore at said, I'm not a fan of the brief body pillow because of what it implies. Yeah, on one side you get like a cute little brief. On the other side you get um potential snatchatory by Garterbelt. Ain't that great? At Marilo Ficini said the horizontal phone case. I don't know why in any situation I'd even buy it. I believe they're talking about the one with the girls in their school attire. It's like from one frame where I think they have their weapons to brief. I don't know. I don't remember, but it was a very it's a very fine phone case. It's not really special. And here we are on day 2. I asked, what's your least favorite song from Panty Stocking? So this can be again from any album, event, or etc. etc. Marilo Ficini said Juice probably. It's not bad, which goes to show how fucking high the standards are for the show, but I just generally prefer other ones, especially if we're talking the OST version. Yeah, Juice is kind of a weird song. Like the TV version is actually pretty good. It's just like a chill elevator ass song, but the OST version of it is kind of hard to listen to through, you know. Bab v Soul Eater 2005 said, I don't really care about all the songs on the worst album. The only ones I come back to are Cherry Boy Riot Part 2, Milky Way, and Ghost Town. The rest are kinda meh. But if I had to pick one from the amazing first album, I guess EPTM or See-Through are kind of skips. I get that. I don't really know many songs from the worst album besides Cherry Boy Riot Part 2 that I say I extremely enjoy. I'm trying to think. Milky Way is good, and Ghost Town is good. And I do like the remixes, it's just I wouldn't listen to them that often in comparison with the original soundtrack. I like the remixes though, especially the Panty Stocking Hoshin Anniversary remix. But yeah. Dead Meme Resurrector 2828 said Techno Dodo is mid. I like it, but it's skipped more often than not. I think Techno Dodo is fine. It's a catchy song, you know, just ba-doo-doo-doo-doo. I don't know. It's definitely weird, but I enjoy it. It's fine. I can't say it's a great song. I think a lot of songs in the album are better, but it's not bad. Japanese Kanji said, I low-key really dislike Scanja Chase, Cherry Boy Riot, and Techno Dodo. I found all of these songs to be boring and they don't sound good. Yeah, I can agree. Really, Cherry Boy Riot Part 1 in comparison to Part 2 is really shocking. It's like a complete upgrade. And here we are with 1 day left. And I'm actually recording this on July 9th. And New Panty Stocking comes out in like 3 hours. So, that's nice. But on this day, I asked you guys, what would you like to see? What are you guys hoping to see from New Panty Stocking with Garterbelt? So it can be characters or plot or even presentation wise. So here we go. Savan1069 said an amazing OST. Not surprised if the show will have a good OST. It has a shitload of artists working on it, or at least a shitload of artists featured. There's like 2 pages worth of artists we know that'll be involved with the soundtrack. I think Taku Takushi really is gonna work hard on this album. I'm sure he will, and I think it'll be great. I think the OST will be amazing. Oh, so far the main theme of Panty Stocking, the Panty Stocking, is really good. Every song they've showed so far has been really good. They got like the main theme, the one they showed in the second trailer was pretty catchy, and then the one for the Angel Brothers, it was also really good. I've been humming that to myself multiple times throughout this hype cycle. It's been crazy. Zach Deck Bro said an edgy and dark version of Brief I've always wanted to actually exist in the show. I guess Brief could be pretty cooler or edgier, if that's what you want to say. That'd be neat to see. Amy Rose Fan 2008 said, I'm hoping to see Stocking find another boyfriend or maybe even a girlfriend because she's a bisexual icon and deserves all the love. That is so true. We love our bisexual queen, Stocking Anarchy. John Dark 3 said more character development for all the characters, especially Stocking and the Demon Sisters. Yeah, season 1 was mainly focused on Panty. Of course, because she's the main character, it's Panty and Stocking. We like Stocking, but it's still about Panty for the most part. And it was, of course, mainly gave her development in the last couple of episodes. So it would be nice to see something for the Demon Sisters and Stocking. That would be nice to see. Gray Lino says lots of Scanny and Nisok's lore. Yeah, it would be nice to actually see more of like the demon mythology in the show, or more like, biblical mythology in the show. I actually would really like that. I think we're already getting that with other angels, but I would love to see like, heaven or hell, or like even like I don't know, make it would be cool. It would be cool to see more demon or angel mythology. That would be really cool. Dead Meme Resurrector 2828 said more music, more angels, and more of my wifey, stalking my Sheila. I'm excited yet still a little nervous because it's new, but I'm gonna try my best. So pumped. Also excited for the new video. This is gonna be awesome. Oh, thank you. I'm happy you're excited. It should be out like in a few hours. I'm gonna try to get it out at least at the same time, but I have 3 hours and I don't know how well I'm gonna do. I didn't even mean to wake up this early. This sucks. But I hope you do enjoy. I'm sure there will be more music, and I do want to see more than just polyester and polyurethane in terms of angels. That would be really cool to see. And of course, we want to see more Stocking because we love Stocking. And I'm even nervous because it's new. Like, I'm genuinely scared that this has been a fear I've had like since they announced this, or since we've gotten to this point. I am terrified that everybody else is gonna love this and I'm not gonna like it because it changes too much. Like, there are certain changes that I do agree need to happen, but I don't want Panty and Stocking to become a story-driven, serialized show. I just want a silly episodic cartoon for the most part. But I mean, whatever it is, I hope I enjoy it, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it to an extent. And I'm hope you enjoy too. I hope you love the show. Thank you. Pun Mania said, I really want to see what heaven looks like. I think we might. I don't think we will get like a full scope of it, especially since we see the Angel Brothers in Dotton City. But maybe we'll see. I would love to see that. I'm sure eventually we'll get there if the show goes on for long enough. That guy M_@ said, I hope Briefer gets done justice this season. Yeah, I hope he does a little more. Is a little more headstrong. It seems that he might to an extent, judging by the trailer. Again, we've seen a lot of Panty and Brief from the first trailer and even the second trailer, so I hope we get to see Brief do a lot more. And Murilo Ficini said that it lives up to the hype, which it has a 0. I'm not reading all that. Yeah, I'm sure it'll live up to the hype. I'm very excited, even because I can say this kind of, I'm not gonna spoil or anything, but Anime Expo happened July 4th, and I heard everybody come out with pretty positive reactions. So I think we're in the green, guys. I think we'll all enjoy, or for the most part enjoy, new Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt. And thank you all so much for commenting. Thank you all for putting in your time. Quite frankly, this has been the most strenuous video for me to make because I needed to record the days, and of course I waited to the last minute because I'm kind of stupid. But I like the entirety of July 8th, I had just been editing from like 10 to 10. From like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. I didn't even eat. So this has been a bit of a pain in the butt, but I'm happy. Thank you all so much for commenting, making this even possible, because damn, I would have never been able to do any of this without you guys. I don't even think we would have gotten here to be talking about a new Panty and Stocking without any of you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you all so much for all your support to me and the thing I love, because then I can more of the thing I love. Oh my god. But yeah, now on to the conclusion, because I got one final thing. So how about I answer my own questions? Answer what is my favorite episode, favorite character, least favorite episode, least favorite character, favorite piece of merch, favorite song, least favorite merch, least favorite song, and what I'm hoping to see. So let's do this. 9. What's my favorite episode of Panty and Stocking? It is Nothing to Room. I genuinely think this episode of them just doing nothing is so perfect. It just shows how strong of characters Panty and Stocking are. They're really entertaining to watch, even if you're just looking at them from a straight on angle and the camera isn't moving, there's no action. They're just talking. Occasionally brief Chuck and Garda will get involved, but it's mainly just them, and it's so fun. I love their interactions. I love how they are genuinely nothing to room, in my opinion. It's a testament to how good of characters Panty and Stocking are. And my favorite character is Stocking. I know it's the fan favorite, quite generic answer, but you know, I love her character design. I love gothic Lolita fashion. I love her love for sweets. I love her temper and anger, her asshole nature. In general, she's just a really cool character too. Like, I mean, come on, she has katanas. Who doesn't like katanas? And my least favorite episode of the show would probably have to be Inner Brief. I think it's just a pointless episode and a nasty episode, which are two strikes against it. I did not need a Vor episode, and it's also a Vor episode. It's not even the Vor itself that's the problem. It's everything surrounding it, and it's not a very good episode. And my least favorite character, again, I said it could be a ghost, and I'm gonna say Oscar the Snot. I don't like him. That's it. He's not even really a bad go. I actually appreciate the lengths they go through to just show him as like a normal dude initially, who's just kind of weird. But he's just too weird. I don't like him. He's just a weird guy. He has no charm to him. He's just weird, especially since you kind of clock that he's a ghost like as soon as like he speaks. Like he's just like, okay, this is our ghost. Got it. And my favorite piece of merch would probably have to be the Real Bone Panty and Stocking figures. These are just really good. Like, genuinely, I think the Nendroids are close, but the posability you get from the Real Bones are just immaculate. They look gorgeous, beautiful. Like, I mean, they look great. I don't have any issues with their sculpts, and their articulation looks pretty good. Their paint looks pretty good. Their accessories are perfect. I love these figures. And my favorite song is slightly niche. This is gonna be a weird one. My favorite song is actually the theme of Panty and Stocking, the No Pan Night remix. You might not know what it is, especially if you haven't been on the channel long, but there was this little event in Japan called No Pan Night that they did, and they played music at the event. And there's this really, really good remix of the theme of Panty and Stocking by, I believe, Teddy Lloyd. It's really catchy. But if we're gonna go with a song on an actual album, I'll probably have to say, I also like the theme of Panty and Stocking remix by Hoshina Anniversary. It's just a catchy theme. Like, I know it's lazy in a sense. It's just panty, stocking, no, that's the wrong one. I know it's just panty, stocky, panty, but it's catchy. It's catchy. And my least favorite piece of merch is going to have to go to the Sega plushies. These things are horrendous. Look, GE is bad. They are pretty bad, but these things look like they didn't try it all. Like, I can see where GE was going. They tried to translate that 2D into 3D, and it didn't work out completely. I have no clue where Sega was going with these things. And my least favorite song is probably Beverly Hills Cop Part 2. It's just uncomfortable. It genuinely really is an uncomfortable song to listen to. There's a decent instrumental in the back, but it's literally drowned out by the entirety of the moaning. And the last day was me asking what would I hope to see from new Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt, and my answer is not going to be as in-depth or specific as others, but I just want it to be fun. I just want a fun show that I can watch, because that's what I equate the first season to. It's a fun show I watch. I know it's not perfect. I know it has its issues. I know it has its flaws. Everything does, but Panty and Stocking is quite flawed, but I just turn it on and I have a good time. You know, if I'm feeling down or if I'm feeling bored, it's just something there to pick me right back up, and I feel great about talking about it and watching it for the most part. So, you know, I would love that for new Panty and Stocking. I don't need a complex plot. I don't need deep lore. I don't need any of that. I just need the show to be fun and have fun characters, fun stuff happening. That's all I want. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. This was a pain. I haven't made a video this long in like a year, and I know that even for this channel, I've never made a video that long. But thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoy new panty and stocking with Garterbelt. It is either out by the time this video goes up or it's coming out in a few hours. As I'm recording this, it goes up in like an hour and 3 hours and 40 minutes. So get hype. Hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later.